In the latest Democratic presidential primary held in Michigan, President Joe Biden secured a comfortable victory, but not without facing a notable backlash from voters within his own party over his administration's policies on Israel. The primary's results reflected an undercurrent of dissent, spotlighting the president's position on the contentious issue of Israeli military actions in Gaza. As the votes were tallied, President Biden emerged with over 80% of the Democratic vote. Yet a significant protest vote materialized, with more than 13% of participants, a total exceeding 100,000, selecting uncommitted on their ballots. This symbolic gesture was backed by a campaign that had called on Democrats to express their disapproval of Biden's support for what they deemed genocidal actions by Israel toward Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, although Israel vehemently refutes such allegations. The results signify a potential rift in the Democratic base, particularly when considering Michigan's substantial Arab American population and recalling Biden's narrow victory in the state in the previous election. Observers point out that the degree of dissatisfaction among Democrats could prove consequential during the upcoming presidential election. Despite widespread media attention given to the protest vote, President Biden opted not to address it directly in his victory statement, but called for unity in the party as it prepares to confront Donald Trump in the approaching November election. Amid this internal party tension, Biden expressed hopes for a Gaza ceasefire by the weekend, while acknowledging past criticisms of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The discontent from the Democratic electorate regarding Biden's stance toward Israel is not without consequence. The campaign Listen to Michigan claimed a substantial victory in exceeding their expectations, highlighting the unwillingness of many who supported Biden in 2020 to commit once again to his re-election, citing the ongoing conflict in Gaza. This sentiment is expected to be carried forward as protesters aim to make their voices heard at the Democratic National Convention later this year. In parallel, Donald Trump continued his success in the Republican primary in the same state, winning with a robust 68% of the vote and outpacing his main rival, Nikki Haley. As the primary season unfolds, the contrasting results in Michigan for Biden and Trump hint at a political landscape that remains divided and emotionally charged as the presidential election draws nearer.